turned over at the Pittsburgh blue line. And Letang takes a shot at the empty net. Missed. Garland picks up the puck for Vancouver. There is a lot of frustration in the stands here in Vancouver with another blemish here against Pittsburgh. 25 seconds to go on the power play. Besser sweeps the puck to the point to Garland. Long shot, blocked. And here's a shot at the empty net wide again. The chance as clear as we've heard them. And the puck out of play in the final minute now, with the Canucks just wanting to get through this one and get to their dressing room.
Well, that's it, and it's no fun for anybody. You look at Travis Green and the players on the bench, and it's a frustrating feeling. You win a couple of games on the road, and you come back home after a long trip. It's always a hard game, the first game, especially against a good team like Pittsburgh. But still, you have to try and build something, and unfortunately for the Canucks, that 5 penalties in the last 12 minutes of the second period, and the game was finished.
Well, the speculation and the angst and the talk shows only going to be ratcheted up some more. Ekman-Larsson works the puck in deep. Rodriguez breaks things up, sends the puck out. And that'll do it for this.
And he swung the stick at somebody else. I don't get that. I have no compassion for any fan throwing the sweater on the ice. I don't get it. I don't get it. You're here. You've paid your money. I know you can boo and you can chant. You can do everything. But the disrespect for the sweater is a reflection on the past, the present, and the future. I don't get it. That's my little soapbox opinion. I know it happened in Montreal last week, and I just don't get it.
Well, the frustration is mounting like it wasn't high enough already. Another loss for the Canucks, another one at home.
I mean, obviously disappointment. I thought, we did a good job to make it 1-1, and then obviously ran into some penalty trouble there in the second and couldn't stop the play catch-up against that team.
It's difficult to see fans leaving, let alone booing.
Yeah, I mean, fans want wins, and we're not giving it to them. So.
Is it tough, especially after 2 wins and a couple games on the road trip where you felt good about your performances, that to come back home and not be able to follow through?
Yeah, and obviously, it's disappointing. I thought those last 2 games, obviously we were on the road. I thought we did a lot of good things, and again, we obviously weren't on our best tonight. But I mean, we were still right in the game until we took, we got into penalty trouble, and obviously, when you're playing catch up again, it's tough.
What's going through your mind during that stretch where there are 3 penalties so close together in a point of the game where things are pretty tight?
I mean, yeah. They get the one, and you still, you're still right in. We're still right in it after it was 3-1, and we should have came harder out there in the third. But it's tough when you run into penalty trouble like that, and it is deflating. When you're playing catch up and against a team like that where they got some pretty good players over there, and they did a good job, obviously, of shutting us down.
Being part of the penalty kill sort of face-offs, but your role has increased a little bit here. I think everybody believed that the penalty kill was going to improve at some point over the season. Are you shocked 25 games in that it has cost you as many games as it has?
I mean, yeah, it is. It's a huge part of a big reason why we're not doing as well as we are right now. Is our special teams. I mean, at the end of the day, it's cost us a lot of games, and it's been a difference in a lot of hockey games, and it was a difference again there tonight.
You talk about the penalty trouble, but even before that, the team was getting outshot and outchanced, it seemed, pretty significantly. What was causing that was making it difficult to break out and to transition up the ice?
It was, obviously a lot of execution. We were mishandling pucks and not getting it behind their D and getting on the forecheck. I mean, a lot of our game and why we have success in the past is our forecheck and our ability to skate teams, and we didn't do that tonight.
That seems to have been a problem other times in the season, though. What needs to change to have better transition and better breakouts and to push the puck up ice?
It's a matter of everybody doing it and following our system and having that desire to get on the forecheck and make a difference in the game, and we obviously need to start doing that.
Twice in a 10-day span that you've lost by that same score to that same team. I know you guys needed wins, and you'll take any wins you get. There are no easy games in the NHL. I understand that, but are these measuring sticks, and does it say something about your team when you're clearly second best against a team like that twice in 10 days?
No, I mean, obviously they outplayed us both games that we played them, and that's unacceptable on us, and we have to. Everybody's got to take a look in the mirror and realize where we're at and what we have to do better, and obviously everybody in that room has to be better.
Travis, what did you think of the penalty on Tyler Mott?
Yeah, I didn't think it was a penalty. I don't know if I thought Letang sold it a little bit. I've watched it a few times. Obviously, a big part of the game. We battle back to make it 1-1, and then things unravel with the 5-on-3s.
You find yourself thinking about that post that Petey hit? I mean, that would have made it 2-1.
Yeah, a little bit. We had a little momentum going there.
25 games in, and you know about your penalty killing. We ask you every day.
Yeah.
Do you have the personnel, do you think, that can make a significant difference in...
I think we've made improvements in the penalty kill. I mean, I in the last 4 or 5 games, so when you get 2 goals scored against you on 5-on-3s, it's, you're not... They're power play goals, but it's different than where we've been hurting, I guess, or not playing well in our penalty kill.
But you do, you think you've got the personnel that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's what we have here, so...
One of the things you said after the Boston game was that their top players got it done. Tonight, again, it's Gensel, Letang, Crosby getting their points and goals. Mm-hmm. Did you get enough from your top players tonight?
If you're asking me to call our top guys, I'm not going to do that. So, obviously, their top guys had a good night. So, it's easy to say our top guys didn't get points tonight. I get that. We've done a lot of talking about that as well. I'm not going to continue to do it on a night like tonight.
Frustration. You can see why you guys might be frustrated late in the second there.
Yeah.
Garland takes some misconduct.
Again, when that happens, I think it's up to the refs to settle it down. I don't think they needed to give Garley a 10 there for... I barely recognized what he even did. I think he banged the bench with his stick twice.
He didn't say anything as far
No.
as you know. It's just...
Travis, obviously Pittsburgh's a fast team up front. And
Yeah.
That sort of seems to be a bit of a trend where teams with that forward speed giving you guys trouble this season. Why do you think that you guys have struggled against teams with speed
Well,
up
quick
front?
teams are hard to play against. You got to have defensemen that can make a lot of plays, and even when you have a lot of offensive or good puck-moving D, that's why they're effective with their game. They have quick forwards. They're on top of you. I thought we struggled with it a little bit, but again, we battled back in the game. It could have easily been 2-1, and obviously those 5-on-3s played a big part of the game.
Even before the 5-on-3s, can you just touch on what the earlier penalties do to your 5-on-5 flow? I mean, JT takes the 2 tripping calls, even though the Penguins don't score.
Yeah.
There are major impacts.
You're never going to go a game without taking penalties. Would Millsy like to have those back? I thought the one for sure in the defensive zone to get, penalties are going to happen. You're never going to go a game without taking penalties. We get unlucky on the one that goes over the glass. Obviously, we break 2 sticks or 3 sticks on the penalty kill, and Mizey would probably like to have his one back.
The other impact, though, is you're overworking certain guys. Other
sure.
guys are staying on the bench and are unavailable for that stretch of time. So it's a
Well, you don't see many periods where you take that many penalties, like I said.
I know he said you're not going to call out your best players, but you also often talk about sort of honest assessment. It's been 13 games for Brock without a goal, and he's a volume shooter, and it's another night with just 2 shots on goal. His shot totals are, sort of middle of the pack on this team. Where is his overall game?
Yeah, I think, with Brock, he's the guy that has to produce for us, and he knows that. He's trying, he's working, hasn't gone for him. He's got to continue to work.
You heard the reaction of the crowd at the end of the game there. What does that do for you and your team to...
When you lose, it's hard. I get it. People get frustrated. We get frustrated too. Our players, they're mad when they lose. Coaches are upset when they lose as well.
You mentioned the post that Elias hit. He had another chance in the slot there. Is it encouraging that he is getting to those areas and getting the puck in those areas?
Yeah, it is.